So, the 2020 Olympics have been postponed. Alright, so today there's going to be no edits. It's just going to be quite raw in what I'm going to say in regards to the Olympic Games being postponed. This is the best decision that the IOC and the Japanese local organizing committee for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics could have possibly made, given the current climate of the world. Right now, the world is basically, you've got 2 billion people locked down or under quarantine or restricted access to facilities and whatnot because of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. This is a serious situation that we're dealing with as a species, as a global civilization. We need to come together to get past this. By postponing the Olympics, it gives people the opportunity, especially the athletes preparing, to be able to take that step back, relax, be with family, do what they need to do to keep themselves safe and healthy. There's a South African swimmer who's come down with coronavirus and he's having trouble breathing. These Olympic swimmers, when it comes to their lung capacity, you're talking about people who are in the top 0.01% of the world for aerobic capacity. So if it's causing someone like that to be so distressed, this isn't something that's just a typical flu bug. This is something that's causing situations that we haven't experienced since the SARS epidemic back in 2003. But this has grown far beyond that. You've got 50 or 60,000 people right now, just in the United States of America, sick with this. Ottawa, where I live, just had the first death that's been associated with the coronavirus. This is something that we need to realize isn't going to go away in a couple of weeks. It's going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months. And the best thing for athletes to do right now is to just take that step back from sport. Sport, at the end of the day, is a luxury for us. It is not a necessity. Yes, it is something that we all enjoy. It's something we like to go and cheer for. I love the Olympics. I've had athletes that I've trained perform at the Olympics. I was an athlete myself before that. My dream was to make the Olympics. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. We all have to also realize that by putting the pressure on the athletes to try to even train right now, they can't. The facilities aren't open. The facilities are locked down. Athletes are told to stay home. We're in a no longer called social distancing, but physical distancing state. Every city, day by day, is going under a state of emergency. The provinces across Canada are under states of emergency. The states in the United States of America are under states of emergency. We have to take a look at this as well. Italy, the entire country is under lockdown. India just put 1.3 billion people on lockdown. So while it sucks that the Olympics are postponed, it's the best thing for us. The other side of the coin is looking at it from a sport point of view. Right now, there is next to no anti-doping control going on because of COVID-19. So you will have athletes around the world who will try to capitalize on this to gain a competitive edge over the others. So right now is the best time for athletes to be doping because, well, no one's knocking on their door asking for a urine test. They're not even doing dope testing right now. So when you take that into account and the massive amounts of doping infractions that happened in the year leading up to and at the Olympic Games, every Olympics, cover-ups and whatnot, such as the Icarus thing that came out for the 2014 Olympics, notwithstanding, we have to consider right now for the athletes, for all those involved, the coaches and whatnot, this is the best thing. Taking that step back, postponing the games for 8 months, 10 months, even a full year is the best thing we can do. Now, is it going to be unfortunate for a lot of the older athletes at the end of their athletic careers? Yes, it's going to suck. Some of them who are hoping to make this last hurrah this year and planning to retire after the 2020 Olympics may now have to reconsider their thinking. Are they willing to put that sacrifice and that time in for another year, put a pause on getting started with real life and going for another year to make the Olympic Games? Or are they going to cut it now and realize, okay, the young ones are still coming up for me. It's going to be harder a year from now. I'm not recovering the same. I'm not going to be able to compete next year to begin with because it's just too demanding on the body to train and then compete. From a qualification point of view for the Olympics right now, there are no qualification games, track meets, swim meets, competitions going on anywhere in the world right now. Ottawa last week hosted a Pan Am qualifier. That was the last, this was for wrestling, just so you know. This was the last competition that I know of where there was an Olympic qualifying event going on. There hasn't been anything since. Everything else has been canceled. FIBA America is canceled. Euro 2020 for soccer, football, has been canceled. The NBA is on a complete hiatus right now. The NHL is on a hiatus. The NFL's canceled scouting combines. We have to realize athletes aren't even able to put themselves in a position to perform at the Olympics. Even if we were to try to push through with this, athletes might have 1 or 2 meets to be able to try to qualify for the Olympics. Now, for some athletes that are in the absolute top echelon, yeah, no problem for them. They could go out and qualify for the Olympics without even trying. But for those who are on the cutting edge of it, that line of whether they're able to make it or not, it's just simply not fair for them. So we have to keep into account. We have to make it as possibly as we can. We have to make it a playing field that is fair. Sport is about fairness at the end of the day. It's about when you get on the track, when you get on the field, the score always starts 0-0. You start at the start line. Everyone starts at the same point. So we have to give people that opportunity just to make the Olympics right now. So by spreading this time out into next year, it's going to be beneficial not just for the athletes and all those involved in it, but for you, the spectator, who demands excellence on the sporting competition field. Everyone come to the Olympics becomes an expert of every sport. Well, guess what? The best thing right now so that you can show your expertise is for them to postpone the Olympics to 2021. This will allow athletes to perform at their highest level. They will be able to get back to training. Yes, they're going to lose a little bit of time. They're going to, for some of them, they're potentially going to lose a year of competing this year. But it's going to allow those who have had some ding-ups and bang-ups throughout the years, they're going to be able to recover a little bit. So now maybe next year, they're able to actually be at their absolute best. At the Olympics, we want to see that special moment. We want to see someone running insanely fast. 2012, we got to see a guy run the 800 meters in 1 minute 40 seconds. We got to see the 4x100 for men run in under 37 seconds. We got to see a guy in 2008 win 8 Olympic gold medals in the pool. 2016, we saw Simone Biles completely destroy the field in every essence of form in gymnastics. These are moments we want to see. We want to see that. We want the athletes to be able to express that on the sporting field. We don't want it so that they're rushed and the product that's put out there is crap just for the sake of putting the Olympics on. Yes, there's stakeholders behind the scenes like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and various other official sponsors of the Olympic Games. But these companies are going to be losing insane amounts of money right now as well. So by pushing back the Olympics, it allows them to actually be able to put good marketing schemes together for the Olympic Games. It sucks. 2021 will be the Olympics. It's not the typical leap year thing, but hey, I'm happy for the athletes I've dealt with over the last 8 years of my career that they will get a chance to still perform going into next year, that they will be able to perform at their absolute best. They'll be able to become technical masters over the next year in whatever event or sport they're doing. So I look at this as a blessing now, that now we're able to come together as humanity, beat this piece of shit virus, and then we can move on and we can celebrate at the Olympics. At the end of the day, the Olympic Games are a celebration of bringing together 7 point whatever billion people. So let's look forward to 2021 Tokyo Olympics. They'll still be the 2020 Olympics, but just held in 2021. I look forward to it. I hope you look forward to it as well. Alright, thank you for watching right to the end of this video. If you'd like to see more content by me, click the subscribe button here, and for another YouTube suggested video by me, click here. And if you liked what you saw today, don't forget, click the little like button below. Until next time, Coach Tony, Wrestling Podium Performance.